Hi, Luis. How is your day? I hope you are doing fine.
Hi, Clement. Nice to meet you. And thank you for inviting me to join this interview with all of you. It's good to see all of you here. And yeah, to answer your question, I'm very good. And it's a bright morning right now.
Okay, Luis, thank you for your time. And let me introduce myself first. My name is Clement Chai. I'm a Sunway University student, currently at my year 2 Sem 3, majoring in business entrepreneurship. And thank you for allowing us to conduct this interview for digital economy. And I will be your first interviewer. And for the next 30 minutes, we will be asking you questions regarding on what is data.
Hi Louise, my name is Megan Hojawe and I will be your second interviewer. I am also currently majoring in entrepreneurship.
Hi Louise, I'm the third interviewer and I'm Yi Chalon. I'm also taking entrepreneurship.
Hey Louis, my name is Clement Leong, and I'm also taking up entrepreneurship as my major, and I'll be the note taker for this interview.
Cool. Good to see all of you here.
Okay, so before I start my interview, just to let you know, this interview will be recorded and the recording will be only used for educational purpose.
Yeah, I'm totally up for it.
Okay, so let me begin with the interview. So my first question will be, what is sneaker durian?
Okay. Cool. But before I start off, what is Sneaker Durian? I think I will just introduce more about myself. So I'm Louis Ong. I'm 20 years old this year, and I am very passionate in arts and also business. I'm currently doing a undergraduate in University of California, Berkeley, majoring in entrepreneurship. But I'm just here for one semester, and yeah, in terms of what is Sneaker Durian, so Sneaker Durian is actually a sneaker customization business where I customize sneakers for my clients. We provide customization services including painting, sewing, leather swapping, and even doing anything that you could think of. Basically, as long as you have the idea, we could carry out to make it come to real life. So yeah, I've always wanted to start a business of my own, and yeah, I this is my current side hustle. Oh, I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Okay. Thank you, Luis. So moving on to my second question. Why is it called sneaker durian and where did you get the inspiration from?
Okay, so it's a good question. I mean, a lot of people do ask me this as well, like, why is it called sneaker durian? Like, durian, and then people would laugh, like, oh, but I think the reason why I started this sneaker durian, I will bring it back all the way to about 2016. So back then, I used to have a sneaker group on Facebook where we buy, sell, and trade on Facebook groups. And the group that I created is called Sneaker Durian. And I love this name so much because it's very localized to our Malaysian community, and everyone loves durian. I guess like most of us, if not. And yeah, after that, then I slowly started to explore into customization. And thought of like, why not I bring this sneaker durian, extend it into this customization business. So eventually, um, this sneaker durian has just been there, and I've never regretted having this name. And it's very easy to remember. It's very I think it kind of, how to say, it rhymes well. Like when you call sneaker durian, I think it doesn't tongue twist. So I continued with this name.
Okay, that's a cool story. So moving on to my third question. When and why do you start up Sneaker Durian?
Okay, I started Sneaker Durian back in 2017 when I was 15 years old, still doing my PT3. My full-time job is a student, and my side hustle would be customizing sneakers. So the reason why I started off Sneaker Durian, it wasn't as a business actually. It started off as a passion where I just want a unique pair of shoes because I've always been a collector myself where I collect sneakers. And I realized that everyone has the same pair of shoe. And I want a new pair of shoe that is unique, no one has it. And I have always been someone who loves to do hands-on stuff. I love to do DIY and wants to get new things by like doing some creative ways on it. So I thought of why not I combine both of my passion in DIY and also my shoe collecting. So after that, I thought of why not I create a new pair of shoes that no one has it. Then I tried to do that. I just went on nearby bookstore. I purchased some paintbrush, some paint, and then I draw it on my shoes. And then I posted it on my social media. My friends then asked me, "Whoa, this is so cool!" And then like, how much do you charge? So that moment actually sparked me as why not I bring it as a business idea, and why not I just help my friends like draw for them, and then they pay me some like income to cover the cost, and also earn some side pocket money for my own expenses. So from that point onwards, I slowly bring it to more official, and I created an account on Instagram. It's called sneaker_durian. You can find it on Instagram. And yeah, and then I went on to promote my sneaker durian company to like sneaker events, or even just through word of mouth. Eventually it spreads out, and then now it's considered one of the established sneaker customization brand in Malaysia.
Okay, thank you, Louis. So moving on to my next question will be, are you currently running online store or physical store?
Okay, that's a good question. So until now, it has always been an online store on Instagram. And main reason is because starting off an online store is always been very cost efficient, especially when you are starting off a company where you don't have to pay any rents, you don't have to pay utility bills. You can just start it off by just creating an account. And yeah, so I adopted that ever since day one for Sneaker Durian. And then until now, it's still online because I've actually planned to have a physical store, but due to MCO that time, I've actually looked around shop lots from my potential area that I wanted to have the store. But eventually, due to the lockdown more and more, and then now I'm in US, so I couldn't really start off a physical store. But another benefit of having an online store is that you can reach your targeted audience way faster than a physical store, because there is no geographical barrier on online store. You can just share anything, and people who have the similar interest, they can just find it on by using hashtag, or even search up your name online. And not just having the online store, I also have a website. So by having the website there, it also attracts some traction from people all around Malaysia, sometimes even to international, where I have done a few commission pair for people from US. And yeah, so far it has been online store.
Okay, thank you. So since you mentioned that you are doing online store, so have you ever thought of setting up a physical store?
Yeah. So going back to what I've mentioned earlier, I've always wanted to have a physical store because I think it's not like having online store then you can't have a physical store, or like you have physical and then you can't have an online store. You can have both at once. And I think by having both at once, you get to enjoy the best of both worlds. So the reason why I think a physical store is important for my business especially is because um, in this business, in this industry, we have to talk to clients, we have to understand them, we have to know what they want. And by talking physically, by conversing with them, like face to face, it makes very much different, where they can conduct their, like convey their message very well. And we can see their emotion, and we can just understand them better, because art is very subjective. Sometimes people would say this is nice, sometimes people would say this is not nice. And by just describing it, it's very hard, especially even harder when you are texting online. So we would love to have a physical store. And the second point is that it gives more credibility. Because by having just an online store without a physical store, people would start to worry like, oh, what if this is a scam? Because it's very easy to start off an online store. But having a physical store, it brings much more credibility, and they would trust your company more. And yeah, in general, it's also because so far I've working all of this customization on at my comfort of my home. So it would be better if there is a place for me to customize shoes and also recruit a team of members to work at the same office space.
Okay, thank you. So my next question will be, since you mentioned that you are running an online store, so is there any data needed when you are doing online?
Okay. Yes, definitely data is important. Not just an online store, it's also important for a physical store. Like, I think any business itself, you just have to understand who are you serving, what problem are you solving, who are your targeted customers, who would purchase, what are their income level, where are they from, or even just like what are their like likings are, what are they interested in. So I would say data is very important for my company as well, because we are serving mainly people who are in, like based on the data that we have collected, we notice that we are serving people who are either sneaker enthusiasts, or they want to have a wedding shoes, and or even they want to just remember something significant to put it on their shoes, or even to give their kids a birthday present. So mainly are coming from all of this like special occasion reason, where they would want to customize sneakers. So this all of this data we got it um, by through online, like because we are operating on Instagram, so we can just use the analytics. Yeah, and that's how we figure it out.
All right, thank you, Luis, and that is all from me. So now I'll be passing the time to my next teammate, which is Megan Ho Jawe, and she will be interviewing for the next section.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Louise, for answering all the questions that has been asked by Clement Chai. So then I will be asking for the next few questions. My first question for you will be, so where is your data actually from?
Okay, I mentioned earlier just now from the last question that I took the data from Instagram, but not just that. There is actually three main points where I collect my data. First is through social media, the analytics that it has provided by just having a business account. Second is through customer interview, where I actually talk to my customers, understand them. And thirdly is through survey. And I would rate it this way. I would rate the first point is through Instagram or like social media, because that's basically free. You don't have to pay anything for it, and you don't have to do anything much. It just summarize for you by just looking at the statistic given. The second thing is customer interview, but I think this is way more valuable than just the Instagram, because this provides context, especially when you talk to your customers. They will actually express more than just statistic. It's more than that. And you can understand their pain points or what they want, and understand their needs in order to set a better goal or like achievement for your company. And the third point is through survey. Survey is very easy for you to just send it out to anyone, even though the data collected might not be very how to say like not very like it's still valuable in a sense, but it doesn't cover a big image. So you can just understand like based on the targeted question that you have asked. So, but overall, any data is an important data. We treat them as everything as very important. So, and that's how we analyze from all of this source of data. We come up with our business plan based on that.
Right, thank you for giving such clear answers. My next question will be, how did you actually ensure the quality of your collected data?
Okay, I don't really ensure any quality of my data by taking any special measure, but to be honest, our company don't really like the working of our company doesn't really need like super accurate data, as we are not doing any scientific research or like developing a new product. We are more on understanding our customers. So we believe that anything that our customers provided us is already sufficient. It's not perfect, but it's sufficient for us to set out a new goals. And it can put into consideration for every feedback that they have given back to us. But definitely if we are working in a research and development business or like something related to technology, you would definitely need like data that is accurate, data that is from the right customer segment. Yeah, but in general, our customer segment are actually anyone who just wants to make a pair of shoes. So actually anyone could be our customer as long as they want to make a pair of shoes, like customize their shoes.
Right, so regarding from what you just said just now, it comes to my next question, which is, what do you normally do after collecting all your data?
Okay, so after finishing collecting my data, definitely I will have to compile everything and then realize the trend. What is the trend do they say? Some of them they will say, okay, the reason why they want to customize shoes is to give someone as a birthday present. Some of them is as a wedding shoes. Some of them is to remember their passing of their dogs or something like that. They just want to have it on their shoes. So we realized that there is a trend of actually like to recall something significant to them, to put the significant thing onto their shoe so that whenever they see it, they can recall like the story back behind it. So after noticing the trend, then we would see how many percentage of people who actually wants which, and then that point onwards we can know what to target for our business goal. Let's say if there are 60% of people who wants to customize their shoe for their wedding shoes, then we notice that we should focus more of our target segment into the wedding, like newlyweds, so that they would actually purchase more and we could get a better sales from this customer segment. But regardless, I think every single data that you have collected, you just have to identify if it's true or not and to see how significant it is and then understand the trend, and then only you can plan out your future business goals.
I see. Totally understandable. So here's another really interesting question for you. So, have you actually ever thought of selling your business data for like
Okay, so so far the data that I've collected, there is no one approached me of like buying the data at all. But I would say the data that we have, as long as it's not within the competitors within our industry, I think it's fine to sell it to other companies that requires it, because I would say as long as there is no infringement of their personal data information, then it's fine, because all of these are compiled by us and it's more on the information rather than personal data. And by selling to other businesses, first, we get revenues. Second is that it makes it more easier for other company to build this industry on it. And then as the industry is quite in its early stage, I think maturity would be very important so that people would start customizing shoes as something that everyone would like to have. Because so far in Malaysia, there's only a few competitors who are doing sneaker customization. And by having lesser competitors, it's good and bad at the same way because it's good because there is not much people competing with you, but it's bad because the overall market size is not big enough. That's why there are lesser competitors. By sending more data to more people who would like to have it, then I would say to grow the industry better, especially in our Malaysia market.
All right. So for the next question, how do you think the data can help to improve your business performance?
Okay, definitely by having data, it lets us to set our goals. This is definitely true for every single company because the reason why they want to have data is to understand their customer and then set the business direction. It could be identifying what are the existing problem that the customer have, or it could even be like what are the future trends that customer would actually adopt in the future. So in my case, I understand that a lot of people wants to customize their shoes because they want to remember something significant, anything it could be. So we would have to market this as well. This will be one of our marketing strategy where we market this as to reach the customer for them to understand, oh, that's why I want to customize shoes because I want to recall something. Because these are all the trends that we have compiled, and then we try to see whichever marketing strategy which is better. Because some of them they just want to have a special pair of shoe, it could be, but we realize that it may not be big enough market for us to market this as our main feature or like main value proposition. So yeah, I think data in general does improve our business performance and our future direction of the business.
All right. So the last question from me is how important is your data to your business?
Okay. Yeah, coming back to it, it is definitely very important because without data, we can't really plan a business plan that is market how to say, like market validated, because every single business you have to actually think of like actually would the market adopt your service or your product. Like it's useless if you develop something or you provide a service that no one wants. So by having data, you can actually validate it and to see if the market size is big enough to cover your revenue, to cover your expenses, and also it will show the potential of how big it could grow. It will be better for your investor because they will understand, oh, your company could grow to this size, that this is the potential that you can make out of it. So in general, it's definitely important, and not just for my business. I believe it's for any business who wants to serve a big client or like big market size.
All right. Thank you for answering all the questions that has been asked by me. I will now be passing it to Chalon.
Sure.
So, hi Luis, I'm Chalon. So, my first question would be, do you face any problems while doing business online?
Okay. Yes, definitely any business will face their problems, but each have their own challenges. For me, by doing it online, firstly is the reach, where you can't really understand, like you can't really get to talk to your client face to face. That's one problem. And then second problem is that the trustworthiness, where you can't give a very high credibility as compared to a physical store. So these two challenges are what my business is facing. And in terms of how I would solve it at this point, the first is that we could either set up a meeting, an online meeting with our client, or we could actually use voice message. We could actually like listen to them rather than just typing it out, because sometimes conveying like what to have on their shoes, like the art piece on their shoes, where they ask us to design for them, it's very difficult by just typing, because art is very subjective. And yeah, we could either do it on Zoom with them, or we could have like voice message with them. That's how we are actually solving the problem at this point. But in terms of the next challenges is that the credibility and the trustworthiness of our company, because we are doing it online and we don't really have a physical store, and people who are sending in their shoes are usually like few hundreds or even up to $1,000 ringgits just to customize their shoes. So people would definitely have a doubt there, and I do totally understand. And the way that we are dealing with it right now is that we show our track record by posting all our customs that we have done it before on our social media, which they can browse through it. We also have customer reviews, and we also have website for them to see what are the things that we have done before, the collaboration that we have done, including YouTubers like Jeff and Itira, including AirAsia, including Singer. So these are a few things, collaboration that we have done it so far, which builds a sense of trust in our client.
Yeah, so I agree with what you have said just now, which is every businesses have their own challenges and problems. And thank you for sharing your issues with us. So here comes to the next question, which is what makes Sneaker Durian unique?
Okay, so every business definitely you have to have an unfair advantage. If you don't have an unfair advantage, it will be very easy for another competitor to come into the industry and then to take over all your market share. So for us, our unique value proposition is that we provide very high quality customization, where my client even asked me, is this even painted? I thought it's printed. Yeah. So, and we are very proud of it because we have very high quality customization. And another thing is that we already have the market established. So our client base is very big as compared to other competitors out there. And we are considered one of the few bigger customization company that is working currently in local Malaysia. Yeah, that actually would prevent like you set a higher market barrier for our competitor to enter. And yeah, that's what we provide so far, and we definitely wish to strengthen our unfair advantage more by providing more services, not just on shoes. We can also provide sneaker customization services on bags, luxury bags, or even some other products that are made of plastic or even leather.
All right. So my last question will be what is your future plan?
Okay, my future plan is definitely to have a physical store for my business. Secondly, is to establish a team of people to carry out this business, because so far I'm doing it on my own, and I want to have a team to do it because I see a potential in this market. And then next is to actually have a marketing, like a paid marketing, where we will have to adopt like marketing agency or even use Instagram ads, because so far until now we have not used any paid advertisement, and all of our marketing is either through word of mouth or it is through posting on Instagrams. So that are the only things that we have done so far. But by establishing our company as a customization brand and everyone would know this, then it will be what we aim to achieve in the near future.
All right, thank you, Luis. This is all for our interview section today. Thank you so much for sparing your time and joining our interview for today. Thank you, Mr. Luis. and I wish that your business can grow better and better.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm more than happy to help. And I wish you all the best for your digital economy assignment. And if you need anything more, you can just pin me up anytime. And I'm more than willing to spend my time to chat with all of you. Yeah, have a nice day ahead.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.